Digital innovation is accelerating across all industries and markets as companies invest to differentiate themselves. However, this also increases a company's risk. The digital attack surface is much broader across endpoints, network edges, and the cloud. Data breaches and ransomware continue to increase in sophistication. With Fortinet, trust you are protected everywhere your people, devices, and data are. Fortinet offers broad visibility across the entire attack surface, an integrated platform to reduce management complexity, and automation for fast and efficient operations. Fortinet, making possible a digital world you can always trust.
Good morning, and welcome to another round of RaDex Unboxing Digital. As we reel from this continuing pandemic, we see nations and economies experience contracted growth and in some cases, dive into recession. Last year, we witnessed big businesses struggle, with some of them resorting to leaner work setups, while others just deciding to close shop. On top of the challenge to maintain a healthy workforce, while ensuring the survival of their respective businesses, another curveball surfaced which needed to be flattened: the spread of cybersecurity attacks and vulnerability challenges in the digital space. In a report by Fortinet, the second half of 2020 saw the proliferation of various forms of cyber threats. As we re-engineer our processes by shifting more towards digital services and transactions to make it easy for our customers, partners, and suppliers to transact with us, we may be compromising the security of our networks, and as a result, become more susceptible to cybersecurity attacks. In a study, it was found that companies that suffered from these attacks spent an average of $40 million just to cover the cost for recovery, on top of the downtime incurred. These are costs that could really impact the bottom line of any business, not to mention the damage it can bring to a company's reputation. As we sustain our recovery efforts this year, we want everyone to join us in our quest for business resiliency and a stronger security posture against these threats on cyberspace. At the same time, let us examine our current setup together and see where we can share experiences to optimize our returns in terms of productivity and budget. I hope we can all take advantage of this kind of avenue to learn from the experts. I encourage everyone to participate, ask questions, and if a dedicated time is required to discuss any specific requirement, drop us a message so that we can schedule an exclusive meeting to address your need. Again, thank you very much for attending this session and enjoy the rest of the day.
Hi, good morning to everyone. From surviving mode to thriving mode, and eventually to coming out stronger and bolder this 2021, businesses now have the opportunity to reassess their current WAN setup and see where they can effect changes to achieve their overall connectivity and solution strategy. While majority of businesses have slowed down on their IT spending, there's one space that continues to remain an important front. That is security. Businesses need to up their game on security, especially for organizations managing a distributed setup. Our global partner Fortinet goes beyond firewall and unified threat management solutions. Fortinet delivers network security that can talk to your endpoints, email, web, Wi-Fi, and cloud security systems to give you a stronger defense against the latest threats. Fortinet's in-depth knowledge and breadth of experience in the field of security and now on smart network using software-defined network makes them a global force to reckon with and an ideal partner to have on your side. As one of the trusted brands for full turnkey solution, Radius is committed to give you the right tools and armaments to help you achieve your overall connectivity and security aspirations. Take advantage of our managed service arrangement or lease to own models for your critical security hardware acquisition that can be conveniently bundled to Radius data and internet subscription. As we set our course to recovery, I implore you to take control of your network security, and together with our partner, we hope that after today's discussion, you would be able to make a sounder decision when it comes to your security needs. Thank you and have a good day.
Hi, I'm Frederick Lansong, and I'm the Assistant Engineer from Fortinet Philippines. Today, we're going to talk about the topic of transforming and securing your WAN with Fortinet. This is specifically focusing on the SD-WAN technology that Fortinet will be able to offer. So let's first talk about the usage of applications as digital transformation is already occurring or occurred already today. So we're looking at numbers here. You can see 78% of organizations are currently using IaaS or infrastructure as a service. So these are services that are typically on cloud, AWS, Azure, Google, or Oracle. So all of these services are actually helping our customers improve their business operation as well as performance. But we need to also take note that this could uh, introduce additional risks to them, which they also need to secure and mitigate. Secondly, is 51% of organizations use multiple public clouds. That means almost half of customers are already using one of these providers. This additional capability and migration into cloud, whether that organization is born on cloud or traditionally is an on-premise service and then trying to go to cloud to evolve their network and their services. So there are a lot of network that needs to be secured, whether it is on-prem or cloud, which SD-WAN can address. Lastly, 70% of the workforce will work remotely at least 5 days by a month, 5 days a month by 2025. That means the trend of remote work is already here and it is here to stay. So as a network provider, the customer's network infrastructure should be able to support operating in this environment as well as securing all of this new cloud-based environment. So let's talk about the current architecture typical of a customer. There's the network edge, where there are many disparate devices to console, as well as the architecture could be quite complex because there are multiple vendor and multiple product solutions. In terms of compliance and difficulty securing user access as well, because with a lot of this disparate network environment and solution, it is quite hard to manage all of them effectively, as well as having a unified security policy for all of these devices and applications. It's also needed that these applications should be managed better in terms of access. Who the user are authorized to access what applications is quite important. Then let's talk about the WAN. So in terms of WAN, currently it is quite cumbersome because if you have many sites with different kinds of WAN link, it is quite difficult to manage all of those WAN links to maintain and monitor all of them. So configuring this is also a pain, specifically also to the network team. So there needs to be a solution that will enable customers to easily manage multiple WAN links while utilizing all of them more effectively. Another challenge is also limited bandwidth in capacity utilization and end-to-end visibility. So because of our current situation, most of the ISP bandwidths are already used due to demand or use case scenarios where applications could be hugging a lot of bandwidth on a particular link. So there should be control and there should be visibility into what applications are being used with the limited bandwidth that are available. The solution should also be able to scale using multiple WAN links and increase bandwidth to improve the overall application and user experience. When we talk about application, as here in the right, as you can see, there are a lot of cloud apps are already in use. So this is quite unpredictable because some of these applications tend to work on SSL protocol. So SSL is encrypted, and then there's potential that there are threats within that encrypted traffic if the user are using some of these applications. So there should be a technology that enables customers to inspect securely the traffic that are on these applications. There's also a challenge in terms of limited connectivity in between clouds. So there might be customers or there are customers with multiple cloud providers, and they need also to secure the connection between these cloud environment providers. There should be a solution that enables site-to-site encryption securely through the efficient use of these links and cloud providers. Now let me introduce the Fortinet Secure SD-WAN, or Software-Defined Wide Access Network. This is a key technology as part of the FortiGate firewall feature security set. So this solution is enabling our customer to not only utilize the security capability of the FortiGate firewall, which is the Fortinet core product, and then it also enables our customer to dynamically and intelligently manage multiple WAN link via the built-in SD-WAN capability. Now, our FortiGate and Fortinet products are powered by our FortiOS. This is a proprietary OS of Fortinet, and this operating system is actually hardened and purposely built to do networking and network security. So it is part of our ecosystem. So that means all of our solution or most of our solution are using FortiOS. And this OS is a unifying operating system across different Fortinet solutions. Now you can see here, there are also three key pillars like the Zero Trust Access. This is with protecting remote access of users and only allowing users what application they are authorized or they need to access. Second would be adaptive cloud security. So that means our solution or Fortinet solution should enable our customer to adapt cloud while still maintaining the security and control, while improving the performance and overall user experience. And then you can see here the security-driven networking. This is where the SD-WAN comes into play. So the SD-WAN can secure on-premise network, the cloud network, and even remote users connecting through SSL VPN can also be secured via the encrypted IPsec technology, which SD-WAN is also running on. It can also utilize different kinds of link and different kinds of service provider. At the top of it, you can see the Fabric Management Center. There are our solutions that can enhance the Fortinet experience for the customer. We have solutions such as SIEM, such as endpoint detection and response, and endpoint security to help you improve your NOC experience. We also offer managed EDR. We also offer SOAR solution for that if a customer already has NOC and SOC or they're looking into setting up a NOC and SOC. These are the tools that enable the customer to do so. Our solution is also powered by the FortiGuard Threat Intelligence. So this FortiGuard Threat Intelligence is our global platform, threat intelligence platform, where this threat intelligence platform will provide all customers of Fortinet with the latest updates and detection capability for the latest threats that are emerging and are already there. And lastly, we also want to talk about the open ecosystem. So Fortinet solutions support industry standard-based solutions. For example, if there are industry standard protocols, we can utilize that to interoperate or interwork with the other vendors so that you as a customer can use Fortinet also not only on itself, but it can work with the other vendors to support your network operations. And if you have any other vendors, you can utilize that integration for your benefit. Okay, for one edge powered by the single operating system, this is what the benefit of our SD-WAN can provide you. So actually, we're the leading organically developed secure SD-WAN solution. This is built from ground up, from scratch, and it offers superior quality of experience for both the users and the administrator or the IT. Key features and functionalities are accurate application steering with advanced WAN remediation. So it improves the overall user experience. Okay. Steers traffic, for example, you can create a policy where a particular application will primarily go to a particular WAN link as a default. Now, when that link goes down or there's an issue with that link, the SD-WAN can dynamically route the traffic into another available link. Number two, accelerated network and security convergence. So this capability is providing our customers the benefit of consistent security, architecture, simplified architecture, and very flexible deployment. So that means our solution actually can be offered in physical appliance form, can be offered as a virtual machine, or even a cloud service. So customers are future-proof to this because we also have SaaS solution as well as solution for example, SD branches or small branches that are located across different parts of the country, which you might need to secure and connect to your head office. Third, we also address efficient operations across the WAN and cloud edges. So we need to automate also some of the mundane functionalities. So our solution actually has a centralized orchestrator and management. It's called FortiManager. It enables the administrator to see all of the devices, FortiGates connected under one single pane of glass. The customer or the admin can push software update, can configure the firewall, also can do specific firewall policies to specific group of firewall that can be configured. Here's an example of a FortiGate secure SD-WAN environment. So our solution actually is designed to be cloud first, and it's also security sensitive, and it's a global enterprise level solution. You can see here there's a fabric management center. This is the FortiManager. There are options with the deployment. You can avail of the on-prem, appliance-based, or virtual machine, or can also provide as a cloud service. FortiGate is in the physical form, virtual form, or even hosted in the cloud, like provided on AWS, Azure, Google, Oracle, etc. If you look at the left diagram here, this is a typical architecture, simplified architecture and management of an example customer, where this is quite typical actually. So you can see here the challenge of having this kind of environment where there are a lot of different vendors and different kinds of network devices that are present pose challenge in terms of administration as well as operating costs. It's also complex, inefficient, and quite expensive. Customers also have different kinds of link available or they're using like MPLS or lease line, broadband, such as DSL, and lastly 4G to 5G LTE, where for areas where wired connectivity is not available. Now, with SD-WAN architecture, you can see all of these devices, 6 of these devices, with the different management platform plus the actual device itself, can be combined to one, to FortiGate. So what FortiGate can do is it's an integrated solution. It is very simple, it's agile, it is cost effective. It is able to provide all the networking capabilities and functionality customer needs, as well as all the security capability as well. Some example of security capabilities would be intrusion prevention, web filtering, application control, gateway antivirus. So these are some of the key inspection capability. And we can also allow or disallow certain types of traffic depending on what the customer wants to configure. And then with the FortiGate, we will be able to utilize multiple WAN links all at the same time. So all of these links will be used and there will be no idle links that will be there. So as a customer, of course, we want to have all the links used all the time. So it provides us the best utilization of what we are paying for in terms of bandwidth. You can also mix and match, combine different kinds of link, so that that could be a point of redundancy, for example. You can also actually improve the overall cost of the broadband because instead of, for example, utilizing or relying on expensive lease line or MPLS, customer has an option to route the traffic through a lower cost link such as broadband or DSL. So for sites also that are quite remote, 4G and 5G LTE could also be used as a one link. There are no limits in terms of the number of fixed links as long as there are a port available in the FortiGate. Multiple or additional internet link can be added to the FortiGate. Here, you can see an example of a branch office where we are enabling secure local internet breakout. That means users that need to access internet resources from a branch doesn't need to route the traffic through the HQ or the data center for inspection because at the SD branch itself, there's a FortiGate there. It can already provide the security functionality and inspection as well as filtering needed to control the access of the user and also to protect from specific threats that will be coming from the internet. You can see here we also already support up to 5,000 applications out of the box and it's growing day by day. Okay, so we can also inspect SSL traffic, which actually around 90% of websites are already using today. And then, of course, we also have the WAN remediation. This is where the SD-WAN part. We can do intelligent traffic steering. It increases the overall reliability and accuracy of the connectivity of the branch. And we also could improve the overall user experience accessing those applications because FortiGate will be able to know which is the best internet link to have the user access these particular applications based on identifying metrics such as, for example, the latency, jitter, packet loss, and other defined metrics that could be configured on the firewall. Here are some of the use cases of FortiGate SD-WAN. You can see here, starting from the top, you can preserve application performance, improving business application experience with our self-healing SD-WAN technology. The typical scenario would be a large global wide area network. So we also have optimization of the cloud edge. That means we are able to accelerate access of multiple cloud apps using our cloud on-ramp technology. So that means our user can access the cloud solution securely and also easily. Now we also have the secured WAN edge. That means this is a secure direct internet access, which we mentioned earlier in a previous slide for applications, users, and devices. It's also security sensitive, so we're able to also inspect all the traffic that are going in and out of those environments. And then lastly, we can see here simplification of operation. So the business benefit of Fortinet SD-WAN, apart from the security side or technical side, is enabling customers to reduce their operational cost, complexity, and also operate a lot of WAN-related operations like monitoring and manually configure a lot of WAN policies. So overall, the solution can be a good return of investment for the customer, because it will enable increased uptime to their business, and as well as eliminate or put to a minimum the downtime if there will be, because of the SD-WAN technology benefit that FortiGate can provide. There's also another use case. So let me go to this first use case, preserve application experience. So for example, if you can see here, there's a large global WAN network where they have data center, and they also are using SaaS or IaaS on cloud. They utilize different kind of combination of MPLS, broadband, DSL, and LTE. They have a lot of branches located globally, and they also have a lot of remote users. So the goal here is to improve application experience with self-healing SD-WAN. So in terms of capability, because we're able to recognize 5,000 plus applications, FortiGate can easily manage traffic going to and from these applications, whether these applications would be allowed, no, only allowing the operation or business related application, and then not allowing applications that are not appropriate for work, for example. We can also do real-time WAN remediation for optimum performance. So intelligently and constantly, the SD-WAN will be monitoring each of the WAN link performance and assign users. They can load balance users to different WAN. We can also load balance by applications and route traffic to the best performing route or link. So typically, this also benefits, for example, if there are different perceived costs on different links. For example, a particular link is more expensive. Maybe if there are a particular link that is available that's less expensive, and the traffic will pass the metrics, and then the traffic can be routed through that application. So the benefit of this basically enhance user experience and what we call seamless connectivity, regardless of what internet link is being utilized. Now, this use case is more focused on optimization on the cloud edge side. So it accelerates cloud and SaaS performance. So the goal here is, you can see there's a customer data center, and they are using multiple cloud as well and software as a service. Now the branches have direct internet access. So there's an MPLS going from the branch to the data center, which is typical for a lot of customers in this kind of environment. Although the MPLS also can be replaced by lower cost broadband links, can also have multiple links. Okay, so the goal here is to provide comprehensive support for easy, automated, and flexible cloud access. So in terms of capability, Fortinet has cloud on-ramp for better application experience for cloud-based workload, and it can do multi-cloud SD-WAN for better visibility and control as well. So regardless of what cloud provider the customer is using, Fortinet or FortiGate will be able to manage, provide visibility of what applications are going through, and of course control, even if it's deployed on cloud. So with our vision, we also have a SASE solution, which is one of our new solutions that enable also Fortinet to deploy a cloud-based firewall where we can also inspect traffic there. And it's already do, for example, pre-inspection before traffic goes to the data center, for example, for optimized security and performance as well. So benefit of this, basically, it's a cloud-based acceleration in terms of experience, the performance. A great thing about Fortinet is actually, even if you turn on all features, the firewall will be able to deliver a great user experience. No? So we're not compromising performance in exchange of security. Here you can see another use case, security for the WAN edge, where secure direct internet access is emphasized, as you can see here. It's got also, there's also similarity with the previous cases. However, the goal here is to secure application, user, and endpoint from all threat landscape. No? So more focus on the user themselves. No? Okay, so you can see here, We can integrate with the cloud delivered SaaS to further increase security. We can also provide advanced threat protection. For example, sandboxing, cloud-based sandboxing or on-premise sandboxing can be integrated to the FortiGate. No? So via licensing, the cloud sandboxing is already part of our ATP solution, uh, where, for example, there's an unknown file that doesn't match any of the signature. It can be test uploaded to the cloud, no? So that we will be able to scan if it's a malware or not. So that one we can also offer as an additional layer of service or support or security capability. We can also have intelligent real-time FortiGuard services. So this is part of the FortiGuard services where the real-time services will be updating the users. So for example, for web filtering, the web categories or known botnet blacklist. So those can be fed to the FortiGate in the customer environment so that the customer will be updated in terms of the most recent threat intelligence and prevention capability. So the end effect here is it provides flexible and very secure intelligence and threat prevention capability with the FortiGate SD-WAN. Now, in terms of simplifying and automating operation, we can also deploy at any scale across any edge. So we see here there's a management component, orchestration, analytics, and automation. So let me explain each one of those. Management is the FortiManager. So as I mentioned, the FortiManager will be our central orchestration. So it will be a central management administration of all the connected FortiGate devices. And there's also analytics there. So that means apart from that, there's a FortiAnalyzer, which enables log collection and detailed historical reporting of user activity and security incidents. There's also analytics of the logs on the firewall themselves. Another capability of our solution is automation. So we're able to automate a lot of tasks that could be mundane or repetitive for administrator. So with automation, we're able to greatly reduce the number of administrative overhead for the entire solution. So whether it be in the WAN edge, inside the network security, data center, or LAN edge, all of this will be standard. It can be deployed as standard for the entire deployment. So the goal here would be to simplify deployment to scale at very fast speed. As well as in terms of capability, you can see here, there's a centralized orchestration with zero trust policy. So that means you can create a policy very, very specific to a user group or a user access. Provide advanced analytics and reporting, and consolidate all the branch into a single SD branch profile. For example, you can deploy a standard policy for all your branches. So benefit here, it greatly reduces the capital expenditure as well as operational expenses because of these benefits. Okay, so now you can see here another use case where we automate connectivity in between clouds. So some customers use multiple clouds, AWS, Azure, Google Cloud. They all have servers on this different environment. Now we can deploy FortiGate VM on each of these cloud platforms because actually the cloud provider's responsibility is only on the physical part. So in terms of the security, it's still the responsibility of the customer to provide the network security. So this is where FortiGate VM will help the customer achieve this. The customer will be able to deploy a virtual firewall with full functionality in terms of security capabilities of a FortiGate appliance into the cloud as a virtual machine or appliance. So we can interconnect this. This can also be connected to branch office directly or can be connected to the head office or data center. It enables direct access and secure on the cloud, regardless of the user's location or the branch's location. So let's talk about business connectivity with the SD-WANs. You can see here this sample of different kind of utilizable link. DSL, LTE, even MPLS or satellite link. As long as it's IP based, this link can be utilized by the FortiGate. No? So you can see here there are multiple security services that are there. No? Web filtering, IPS, gateway antivirus, no? Application control, as well as sandboxing. So all of these are present on all of these devices since we have FortiGate solution deployed on each of the branches that will be covered. And then regardless of what kind of connection, we can connect all of these branches together and create different policy. Okay, so some of the other enhancement customer might want is to provide also provide security information and event management, or SIM. That's where FortiSIM comes in to provide additional analytics on the network devices aside from just the FortiGate solutions. No? And we can also provide security in terms of the data center itself. No? So FortiGate can create a out-of-band management network where all the management traffic and reporting traffic could be going through there for added layer of security. Aside from that, FortiGate can also be configured as a virtual firewall. So if you have one physical FortiGate firewall or a virtual machine FortiGate firewall, we have a VDOM functionality where we can create multiple virtual domains inside the physical FortiGate firewall, where you can further segmentize. If you want, if for example you're a service provider or you have different business units and you wanted a different administrator to manage different business unit, you can utilize the same FortiGate and segregate the resources into many logical firewall as well. So let's now talk about secure connectivity for all threat landscape. So regardless what location or what connection, our advanced malware protection is there to provide you the protection needed for today's latest threats. Signature based and signature less. So for the signature based, it's going to be the antivirus by the signature updates, and for the no signature, so we will be going to using the sandboxing capability so that we can test it on our cloud, so that we can verify if that particular piece of software is malicious or not. And then for the content security, FortiGate also has capability to do anti-spam for email security protection and do web filtering to allow or not allow particular websites based on category, or customer can create a custom whitelist, blacklist. Application security, on the other hand, includes the application control and web application security. So now let's move forward. So in terms of the single pane of glass, let's look at the capability. You can see here multiple feature set regardless of where it's deployed. No? But if it's specifically deployed on LAN, you can see these are the networking capabilities that we support. Like for example, we support static dynamic routing, different security policies, segmentation via zones. We can also integrate with our FortiAP, our access points. The FortiGate can serve as a controller, a centralized controller, which enable our customer to further simplify their network, even covering the wireless network. DHCP, different VLANs are all supported. For the WAN, we can see here some of the key features. Support MPLS, direct internet access, broadband, SSL decryption, and then also the static dynamic routing, such as BGP and OSPF. We also have IPsec VPN overlays. Okay, so we can create different types of VPN policies or architectures, whether it be a hub and spoke, it can be a full mesh, depending on what the customer would want. We also support QoS if this is going to be required. And aside from that, of course, application steering and ID and classification for filtering and control of applications. So now in the cloud, now let's talk about the cloud. We have north to south protection rules. So now north to south is basically connecting your internal network to the internet, and east to west is protecting inside your network from a network segment to another segment. That's why it's called that north to south, east to west. So it's really more of talking about the direction of the traffic. So we also do integration with gateways, no, and different security policies also on the cloud, multiple clouds. So all of these are orchestrated by a single management platform, management center, and provide end-to-end visibility, analytics, and reporting. So here you can see a sample screenshot of the centralized orchestrator. No? So you can see here where the devices are located, what are the performance metrics, no, in terms of the firewall, the internet links, application performance. No? You can drill down and look into per site. So this actually greatly simplifies the overall view of your network, and it will give you a quick and easy glimpse into what are the performance metrics of each site as well as the status. With the central management, it is improving the efficiency of your operation. You can see here historical and detailed per application usage. You can also see the bandwidth throughput for its application or its link per interface or per device. You can also actually drill down to particular user or particular activities or type of incidents. So we can also offer, for example, for our SIM, Unified Network Operation Center and Security Operation Center dashboard, NOCSOC, monitor performance in network application as well as analytics of session analytics. So here you can see some of our examples. So this is for the SD branch, the typical firewall models that we have. To secure and connect the branch. So starting with the FortiGate, FortiWi-Fi, FortiF. So for FortiGate, we have a version where it includes a Wi-Fi access point. So it's a built-in Wi-Fi radio already with antenna. So for the FortiWi-Fi. So for customers who wanted in their remote branches the capability to do also access point, it's all in one solution. We support also multiple SSID and different VLANs for the wireless. So that's for remote home office or home environment. It's the 40F series. No? The great thing about FortiGate as well, regardless of model, the security feature are standard. No? So that means the only difference is actually the interfaces and the hardware loadout. Like for example, some of our higher end model units have redundant fans, power supply, higher storage, higher throughput, and capacity. For the small branches, we can also go to the 60F model. No, you can see here just the recommended number of users, but actually it can serve more. It's not just a hard number. It's just a guideline where you can see here for the 60F, for example, it's 20 users. But it really depends on the throughput. Now, as you can see here, the TP throughput or threat prevention is 700 Mbps. This is the throughput where everything is turned on. No? So the security functionalities are all there. No? The worst case scenario throughput. So application control is much higher because if you don't turn on everything, you can get a significantly higher throughput. Really depends on customer use case or scenario. We usually recommend the threat prevention throughput because if we enable all the security functionality, we should base on this throughput. And for the medium branch, you can see here we're running or using the ATF series. So it's a larger unit, still desktop mounted. All of this. Now, starting from the larger branches, we have the mid-range unit, the FortiGate 100F. It's a 1U rack-mountable appliance. It has more number of ports, also support higher throughput with the threat protection of up to 1 gig, and for the 200F up to 3 gig. So this is just a glimpse of what we have. We have a lot of other models also not indicated here, and it's quite a lot actually. So we're just highlighting some of the key models that we think are the most popular for customers. Now let's look at the higher end models, the larger models. For example, for the campus and small data center, we have the FortiGate 60E. Okay, so you can see the throughput is quite large, 20 gigs already, and TP up to 7 gigs. the 1100E, no, large data center, the 1800F, the 2600F, no, and there's also for very large data center, some of them for telco level, no, like for example, the hyperscale telco class units such as the 4200F and the 4400F. So all of these appliances are high performance, redundant solutions. No? So these have the dual supplies, no? Redundant fans. Okay, so it really depends on your overall throughput. We'll be happy to size with you, for example, if you need us to help you to identify which is the best appropriate model that we can offer. So now let's talk about some of the validation for our SD-WAN. So in terms of the industry, how good is our SD-WAN? So according to Gartner, actually, Fortinet is leader in both secured SD-WAN and network firewall. No? So yung one edge, that would be the latest 2020 Magic Quadrant, no? And the 2020 Magic Quadrant for enterprise firewall. You can see the positioning of Fortinet here. It's actually in the leader. We're in the leaders quadrant, very consistent, no? For more than 10 years already. This gives us actually the credentials to claim that Fortinet technology gives you the best of both connectivity and security. No? So with our solution, you don't need to look for an additional SD-WAN provider. You just have the firewall, and then the SD-WAN is already part of the firewall. So this provide or puts Fortinet in a unique position in the market. And as a customer, you're having this kind of benefit because of the capability of our solution and already the third-party validation that are already provided. Consistent top performer. According to Gartner Peer Insights, which is a feedback from customers actually using FortiGate, we scored a very high rating, 4.7 out of 5. So we're customer choice. And then looking at this is a one edge infrastructure segment. So that means a lot of customers are using Fortinet SD-WAN there, and they're very happy about it. In fact, FortiGate or Fortinet currently is in terms of the market share. No? Fortinet is the top provider of enterprise firewall, no? Regardless of what customer needs now. It be a small firewall, a large data center firewall. Fortinet is the market leader where it comes to SD-WAN as well as to next generation firewall. Now for the secured SD-WAN, just to summarize, Fortinet's SD-WAN is trusted by over 30,000 WAN edge customers globally. That means our solution, Fortinet as a company, has been in the market for a very, very long time, and we're already the leader on this space. We're also constantly investing in new technologies to further secure a customer environment by our enhanced solution, like our other security solutions on top of the firewall, as well as we're constantly innovating in terms of the network security space. And we can also provide the industry's best return of investment. So we're able to effectively reduce the customer's cost. For example, business cost due to network reliability, or business cost impact due to the cost of WAN, the links itself. So our solution can provide a good ROI. And our solution is also self-healing, and it uses AI and machine learning analytics as well for the FortiGuard, for example. So we have many locations globally where we're constantly researching on the latest security threats and provide the best update, the security update to our customer for new and emerging threats. So we also provide the most scalable centralized management platform. So that means our solution can scale from just a few branches to even thousands of branches. So regardless of your company and business size, Fortinet will be able to cover all of it, even if it's on cloud, on premise, or on remote environment. So to summarize, the SD-WAN of Fortinet is very compelling because of all these benefits. No? Just let us know if you're interested. We can provide or we can have a more detailed discussion, no? With your particular use case or scenario. So thank you for your time. And again, I'm Frederick Lansong, System Engineer from Fortinet, together with our partner. Thank you for your time, and we hope to see you soon. And we can help you if you have any concern with security, networking. Just feel free to reach out to us. Thanks again, and have a nice day.
Hello, hi. So good morning, everyone. I hope all of you are up and about because up next is our Q&A. So we already learned so much from our speakers earlier, but I'm sure you still have so many questions. Thank you, Frederick, for sharing your expertise with us, but you're not yet done because you're also part of the Q&A. But we also have with us today Fortinet's Channel and Alliance Manager for MSSP and Cloud, Mr. Mark Cayubi. Hi, Mark.
Hi, Corina. Good morning.
Morning,
everyone.
Okay, so guys, Frederick and Mark are here to answer any questions you might have. So feel free to send them over via the Zoom chat box and we'll try to answer as many of them as possible. So while we're waiting for your questions, we'd like to give a shout out to our early birds this morning. We're loving the excitement from these guys. So without you knowing, we're actually monitoring the first 5 people who logged into this event. So thank you so much. Because of your punctuality, we'll actually be giving you 500 pesos worth of Grab vouchers. Okay, so drum roll, please. And the winners are, the first winner is Mr. Louis Agui of Flexo Manufacturing. And then the second winner is Feby Supat of Micro Precision. And the third winner is Bart Bernabe of Venice 66. The fourth winner is Paul Season of Cooler Consolidated. And last but not the least, Mr. Alvin Javier of Palawan Pawn Shop. Again, congratulations, guys. And for waking up early and logging early, you'll be receiving your Grab vouchers via email. But for those who didn't win yet, don't worry. We have another raffle coming up at the end of the show. So stick around. Walang mag-French exit, guys. Okay, all right. So now it looks like we have some questions in already, and we can start our Q&A. Frederick, Mark, are you ready?
Yes, we're ready.
Yep, Corina. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So our first question is, industry observers are saying that we are transitioning to a hybrid work arrangement. So how does Fortinet SD-WAN protect the work from home employees who are just, using residential grade broadband connection?
Okay, let me answer that. So for that trend, especially here, the pandemic is here, and I think remote work is really here to stay. No, even in the long term, no, this is really the direction. No, it just is accelerated by the pandemic. So what Fortinet can do actually, it can secure, no, from the endpoint itself, the device of the user, to the network level. So in terms of connecting home, for example, our SD-WAN device could also be issued to, for example, remote employees where they can deploy this device. For example, the 40F, in their home environment, they would have a secured home network plus the connection from their home to the company's network, regardless of what internet service provider they have, would be secured because we're using very secure IPsec tunnels. This is an encrypted traffic in between the two sites that we wanted to connect, the home and the office. And then we will be able to utilize also different links to do this regardless. And it's very secure because we will do inspection, we will do filtering to control only what specific type of traffic or application the user can access via remote. Now for the user side, we also have endpoint solutions. This is on top of that network security already. We can deploy this Forti client, which we can also inspect the security of within the device itself, like it's a laptop or a PC, even mobile. So we can further secure that. So that means with this kind of technology deployed, our customer will be assured that the traffic that are going to their network are from those employees, and this traffic are the one that are specific only to what the employee needs to access. So we have this zero trust network technology that enables this level of granularity and control.
Okay, so we have a follow-up question for that one, which is actually from me. So for example, we have a customer who would like to use this tool. Does Fortinet have a support system who will be helping our users navigate the tool?
In terms of support, Fortinet, we have the support called FortiCare now. So this is, for example, if Fortinet will have, for example, customer needs experiencing an issue or something, they can report that to us 24/7, 365 days, so through phone or email. Now, if customer wanted to, for example, deploy a certain new functionality or feature, we have partners who can actually fulfill that. These are trained partners, certified partners who is properly technically trained and certified for our product and solution. That will be helping our customer achieve what they wanted to do using our solutions.
Okay, Frederick, I think you got everybody at 24/7 and 365 days. That's what everybody wanted to hear.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, all right, perfect. So second question, one of the top barriers to migrating to SD-WAN solution is the tendency of customers to hold on to legacy networking hardware and solutions, mainly for cost considerations and potential internal skills gap. So how do you typically break this new investment with your CFO?
Yeah, siguro Karina, allow me to take that question. So actually, that's a good and very timely question. So most of the customers we're engaging right now are actually leaning towards OpEx or leasing option, just to give them more flexibility as well as achieve TCO or a total cost of ownership. So having said that, so we actually partnered with Radius, with OpEx or lease to own options, wherein we bundle the Radius data and internet subscription with Fortinet SD-WAN solution. Basically, this provides complete secure WAN edge solution to our customers. Now, in terms of addressing the skills gap, so Radius and Fortinet will include the necessary onboard training, the IT team of customer, making sure that they'll be able to leverage and maximize the solution that they'll be getting from us. So there.
Okay, thanks. Thank you so much, Mark. Okay, so for the third question, is the Fortinet SD-WAN solution interoperable with our legacy edge devices? Say, for example, Avast, WatchGuard, and the like.
All right. So Fortinet solution actually built on IP-based technology and industry standard. So we usually avoid proprietary protocols, so that we can. In fact, we have a list of around 400 vendor already, third-party vendors that our solutions are integratable with. Not only limited to our FortiGate, but other Fortinet solution as well. So customer will be there will be a very, very high chance that the customer vendor that they already have in their environment are interoperable, especially if it's also industry standard based, IP based. We can integrate with them. For example, for the VPN, we use IPsec. That's a standard, so we can control. We can also connect to other branded devices as long as they're also compliant.
Okay. All right. Frederick and Mark, I think one of the key takeaways from your previous answers is really the ease of use for SD-WAN. So thank you very much for sharing that with us. But we have one more question, I think. So can Fortinet SD-WAN solution support multiple connection types like MPLS, 4G, LTE, and the internet? And then apart from that, does it also help optimize our connection with our cloud resources hosted in, say, AWS or Azure?
Right. Actually, that's also another question commonly asked, raised by our customers. So short answer is yes. So Fortinet SD-WAN support different kind of WAN transport links, be it MPLS, 4G LTE, or internet broadband. So we actually have customers who are using pure MPLS on their network, and that's fine. Now, some are using a combination of MPLS and broadband. Now, then there are also some customers that are using pure broadband internet link. So actually, usage of LTE is another trend that we're seeing. So, we have customers, especially in the FSI and retail space, those that are using POS or ATMs that are using 4G LTE as a backup or even primary link, right? Now, to the next question. So yes, Fortinet SD-WAN also offers capabilities, to optimize adoption of cloud resources such as those running in Amazon, Azure, or even cloud providers. So what's good about Fortinet security strategy is the idea is to provide consistent security, be it on-premise and up to the cloud infrastructure.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much, Mark. So guys, I think that's all the time we have for today. And thank you very much, Frederick, and Mark for answering all of our questions. Our brains are buzzing right now with all of these information, but thank you. But before we conclude our event, we're actually going to the most important part of this program, which is the picture taking. So guys, I'd like to ask everyone to please turn on your cameras so we can take a quick group shot. So in case you're shy, we have an incentive for you because the 5 audience members with the biggest smiles will receive a special prize. So see, you go home with all of this information plus 1,500 pesos worth of Grab vouchers. All right, are you ready? Come on, flash those pearly whites. 1, 2, 3, smile. Good, we're good. Okay, one more time. 1, 2, 3, smile. Okay, perfect. So thank you, everyone. We have so many happy faces out there. But our panel of judges, who are actually the people in this room helping us mount this event, have decided that these audience members have the biggest smiles. So okay, the first winner is Noel Lingat of Blast Asia. Congratulations, you must have like a pretty big smile out there. Okay, the next winner is Roy de la Cruz of ROHM Electronics. The third winner is JM Matira of Mid Philippines. The fourth winner is JK Peralta of Cool Air. And then the last but not the least is Dennis Asa of Cool Air Consolidated. Thank you very much, guys, for being so sport with our photo op. Okay, so before we go to the last part of our event, I'd like to thank you again for being with us today. And we'd love to hear from you. So if you have any comments or questions, you may send an email or contact Jonafe Pontino at jopontino@radius.ph or at 0928-551-0519. And we'll also be emailing you a post-event survey to get your thoughts on this experience. So we hope to hear from you guys. Okay, now to deliver the closing remarks, we also have with us Fortinet's team lead for channel account management, Ms. Rachel Alcantara. I turn over the floor to Rachel.
Hi, Karine. Good morning. And good morning to everyone. No? So in behalf of my colleagues from Fortinet Philippines, I would like to thank every one of you for spending your morning to attend this RaDex Digital Exchange session. I hope that you have gained additional insights and new information on Fortinet's cybersecurity portfolio. Our strength is not only on the products and technology that we offer to customers, but the strength is also on the partners that we engage with. So RaDex partnership with us is actually very timely as we see a greater demand from customers for a managed services type of offering. And as what you have heard earlier, RaDex Telecoms has crafted their own managed security services, but of course powered by our own Fortinet SD-WAN technology. And so we are really looking forward for a very successful partnership. And we hope that you, our customers, will be a part of this success as we ride along this journey called digital transformation. Again, thank you, everyone, to the management of RaDex, to the business unit heads, down to the sales and technical team. Thank you as well to our distributor, MEC Networks, for co-sponsoring this event with us. So again, thank you. I think, officially closing this session. Thank you, and may you all enjoy the rest of your day.